Interesting facts about bacteria are a great way to learn the secrets of the microcosm. Bacteria inhabit the soil, water bodies, and almost all living organisms. With all this, to date, most of them remain unstudied. So, here are the most interesting facts about bacteria. Fact 1. We used to think that bacteria are something very small. In general, this is true. You can't see most of them without a microscope. But there is an exception, the Bacterium species Thiomargarita namibiensis, aka Namibian sulfur pearl. The largest individuals of this species reach a length of 3/4 of a millimeter and can be seen with the naked eye. Fact 2. There are an enormous number of bacteria on and within our bodies, belonging to about 10,000 different species. Their total mass in an adult body is up to 2 kilograms. And the number of bacterial cells is 10 to 11 times greater than the number of cells that make up the human body. But many bacteria not only do not harm us, they even help us, for example, by taking part in the digestive process and helping us to assimilate food. Fact 3. Scientists have concluded that bacteria are responsible for the emergence of life on Earth. Thanks to them, oxygen began to appear in the atmosphere of our planet. Admittedly, it took several billion years for its concentration to reach a sufficient level, but without these microorganisms, the Earth would have remained a lifeless stone ball. It is true that, as a result of this process, those that were not adapted to live in an oxygen-rich environment became extinct. More precisely, they either became extinct or moved to places with little or no oxygen, such as the ocean floor. Fact 4. The first bacteria appeared on our planet about 3.5 billion years ago. Since then, they have come a long evolutionary way, and there are now both unicellular and multicellular species. Altogether, biologists estimate that there are about 1 million species, but only about 10,000 of them have been studied and described. And somewhere beneath the ice shell of Antarctica may hide particularly ancient microorganisms that have existed in isolation for millions of years. Fact 5. Only about 1% of all bacteria known to mankind can cause direct harm to humans, animals, and plants, serving as carriers of dangerous diseases. The rest are either neutral or beneficial microorganisms. However, the relationship between disease and bacteria was only discovered by scientists in the middle of the 19th century. Fact 6. These microorganisms are surprisingly good at adapting to the most extreme conditions. Some of them can withstand a radiation dose, which is 1,000 times more lethal for humans, while others live in anoxic environments, obtaining the nutrients they need from minerals, and others live at the bottoms of oceans and seas, near geothermal sources, despite the fact that the water pressure at such depth can flatten anyone, and the water itself can be heated to several hundred degrees. Fact 7. The average adult's mouth contains about 35 to 40,000 bacteria of about 300 different species. But this is nothing compared to the smartphone screen. As it turns out, there are more microorganisms accumulated on it than on the kitchen sink or the toilet rim. That's why it's a good idea to wipe your phone with something disinfectant more often. Fact 8. Delovibrio bacteriovorus can be called the fastest living creature on Earth. It moves with incredible speed, covering a distance of 80 to 100 times the length of its own body in 1 second. Moreover, this microorganism is a rabid predator. It feeds on other bacteria by invading and devouring them from within. Fact 9. The human immune system developed thanks to bacteria. If a conditioned human grows up in a sterile environment, his immune system, inherited from his parents, will weaken to a critical level, and germs that are harmless to most of us will become deadly to him. For a similar reason, by the way, we sometimes get sick if our immune system weakens for some reason. Conditionally pathogenic bacteria, usually not threatening, become dangerous to us. Fact 10. Many foods were created thanks to bacteria, such as cheese, kefir, yogurt, and other lactic acid products. So it is possible and necessary to use microorganisms in industry. They can be used to clean water from oil impurities, and in 2016 scientists in Japan discovered a bacterium capable of eating plastic and thereby decomposing it.